Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Solo Marketing. I am your host, Brant Collins, and if you're listening to this right now, just like I said, this is episode 1. We are live streaming right now on YouTube and LinkedIn, and this is will be a recording for the audio podcast and the video podcast on Spotify. So tonight, what are we going to talk about? So first things first, I wanted to introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about the format of this show, what we're going to cover, and different places you can find this episode. So right now we are streaming live. I'm a content creator, live streamer, so I will record my episodes live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and stream those. You can join me in the chat. It's Brant Collins. Look up Brant Collins on YouTube, so it's youtube.com/Brant Collins, and you can see my page there, or you can look me up, Brant Collins, on LinkedIn and follow me there, and you can catch the show, hit the notification and the bell so you can know when I go live. It won't be a set time when I go live, so this is just for the fans. If you follow along and you want to be a part of the show, you could watch it live, you could ask questions. We'll go over some other ways you can ask questions and submit some questions. So, but that's the format, and then I will record this, take the recording, I will edit a little bit to get some of the countdown off the front end of what I do for when I go streaming live. I will upload the video to Anchor, and I just got accepted into this new program where you upload the video in Spotify and Anchor, and they will kind of just rip out the audio. So 2 for 1, cutting down on some workflow issues there to keep going with the podcast so I can have success after episode 1, because it does get hard to produce episodes, but we're shooting to have a long-term arc with this show. So again, my name is Brant Collins. I have been in marketing. I've been in advertising and video production for 20 plus years. I've done everything from run my own ad agency and production company to head of production for broadcast TV. I've been a marketing director. I've been a marketing or a brand manager, anything from the motorcycle industry to higher education, where I was a college recruiter. So I've done a lot. I was a fine art major, but I ended up working in graphic design. So I kind of have this traditional background of print and multimedia, learning film editing from reel-to-reel editing, teaching myself Final Cut Pro 1, and everything in between. So InDesign, email marketing, social media, you name it, I've touched it. So I've kind of taught myself a lot of that. And so when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in a podcast and what I could do to serve other people, I get a lot of people wanting to pick my brain or ask me marketing questions and want to ask me about their brand. So you know what? I said, everyone's asking me all the time. This is your chance to ask. So I'm going to go back through what I would do for a client or what I would do for a consulting client or a marketing client. And I'll start sharing some of this information on this podcast. We'll try to keep it around 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. And then I will also do tutorials on how to use some of the different software packages to get the results you need. Now, some of those won't be in this podcast, maybe per se. They might be even special tutorials that I'll do outside of the regular episodes, because I would want to spend some time with things like Illustrator or MailChimp or Constant Contact. So a lot of that will go on in this podcast. So like I said, if you need help with your branding, you need help with your advertising, marketing, Facebook ads, billboard advertising, you name it, I can help you, and I can help you get the right solutions. So the biggest question or the biggest thing when I do meet with clients is, or when I found out working with clients, even as marketing directors or as a marketing director myself or working with other marketing directors, it always seems that they're alone. They're a solo marketer, hence the name solo marketing. You know, especially if you're a business owner, you're a mom and pop, you're doing the books, you're doing the accounting, you're doing whatever it is that you're selling, whether that's cooking or hairstyling or barber, washing cars, mowing lawns, whatever it is, you're doing that, you're doing the accounting, you're doing all the scheduling, and on top of that, you have to do the marketing. So a lot of people need help. I've spoken to a lot of groups. I worked for the Arkansas Tourism Department for group travel tourism, so I spent 1.5 years doing that, traveling around our state and meeting with solo entrepreneurs, people that had businesses like Airbnbs, restaurants, breweries, farms. I've actually consulted and done a lot with our Arkansas Agri Tour Association. So I've done a lot of work with farmers and teaching some of those people and speaking at events. And I'll tell people about Facebook or YouTube, and they just get a little overwhelmed. And I just can't help them one-on-one. So I thought this would be a better way to help more people and help you reach your goals and succeed in your business. Because I ran my own business for 10 years. My wife and I ran our own advertising and marketing company. And we had a really good run. We had a little bit of setback, got a little bit of burnout, went back to work. She works for an ad agency here in Little Rock. And I just recently started as a content creator for our public library system, something that's very meaningful to me. What we do, we help the community. I'm trying to teach people there more about streaming media, content, things like that. So I love my job, but I also want to do something else. And that's what this is. It's a way to help educate you in marketing. Now, I also have a show on Sunday nights called The Stream Show with Strick and Brant. You can find that on YouTube. That is The Stream Show with Strick and Brant on YouTube. Just search The Stream Show. And what we do there is we help teach people how to stream and make podcasts and do live video production, kind of the gear, the thought process, and everything about being a creator. So if you want more of that type of content, like what cameras do you use, a microphone, or how should I start a YouTube channel, that's all going to be on The Stream Show. This is going to be pretty much just strategic and strategy and tactics for building your brand and creating more leads and making more sales, and getting more attention to your business. So that's kind of what I wanted to do to here today. We'll go over a few things. You can go to my website, brantcollins.com. And I'm actually going to show this on the screen here. If you're watching the video or you're watching us live, this is the website, brantcollins.com. And all the episodes will be there under the podcast tab. And this was the first episode, so there's nothing there right now except for a small test piece. I will be here on podcast. It's already been distributed to Spotify for their podcasts. It's also on Apple Podcast under Solo Marketing. It's already been placed and ready to go there, just waiting for some more content. And I will use Anchor to do a lot of this. So if you can also find that on Anchor, anchor.fm/solo marketing. So you can find them in 3 or 4 places. YouTube, I'll show you. Also, real quick, I will have a place called Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Brant Collins, one word. And that's where you could support the show. If you want to donate $4, $5, $6, help me buy some coffee or beer to keep going, keep the show going, I would appreciate there. You can also find me on TikTok. I just started a new channel called Solo Marketing on TikTok. And there I'll be sharing just quick 1-minute videos and quick tips on all of these topics. So that's kind of a rundown. And if you want to know more about me, my education, my resume, everything about me is on my LinkedIn profile, linkedin.com/in/Brant Collins. Everything is there, all my work history. I've tried to really replace my resume with LinkedIn because all my education, my time in the military, I'm an ex-Navy submarine sailor and diver. So if you're a military vet or you're out there doing your own business, let me know. So I would love to help you as well. So you can find everything you need to know about me there, and you can also catch it at the Solo or Brant Collins on YouTube. And actually, that's us live right now. We're looking at. So you can find all this a lot of places. I also have a Facebook page. I'm not going to do too much on Facebook yet. After we get some people following, we're going to do more, start a group on Facebook to where I can help you guys individually and you guys can help each other. But also for right now, if you go to the website, and you'll see a button there that says leave a message. And if you click leave a message, it'll take you to the Anchor podcast. And Anchor has a great way that you can use your phone or you can use your computer microphone to leave me a voicemail. So use that to leave me a message. If you have any questions, I'll go through them all before each show, and I'll try to answer everybody's question during the show if I can. If I can, I'll put it in the queue for next week, and we'll try to address everybody's questions. And those questions can be from how high should my marketing budget be? What should my my music cued. It could be about your budget. It could be about your brand. What do you need to start? What kind of logo do you need? we can kind of go over all of that. So just ask your question and we'll try to answer everything. So one of the main topics, let's start with something today, something to get you started, is you look at your business. I know we're coming out of the pandemic, and there has been a lot of changes. I've done a lot of consulting and some websites for people who never had a website, and they never did YouTube. They never had any videos. And these were some legacy companies that did like manufacturing that had one salesman, the multi-million-dollar company doing millions of dollars of business. They relied on one or two salesmen to go to trade shows to make one-on-one connections to make deals. So that all changed during the pandemic, and so they reached out to me to help them build websites they never had before and use video like they never had before. So everything changed, So in a post-COVID world, I think everything's changed. A lot of you out there that are maybe listening to this are restaurants that had to spend on a dime and figure out how to, take orders and deliveries and do all that with some sort of app that you found, doing DoorDash and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a challenging 2 or 3 years. And I think that's going to set a precedence going forward for your marketing. But really this one I want to start with out today. Let's start from the beginning. A lot of times when I talk to people and they say, I need a website. And I'll say, well, who's your target audience? What do you do? Do you have a logo? Yeah, they may have a logo. They don't really have a mission statement. They don't really know who their target audience is. And so these are all questions that someone's going to ask. So you want to start a website, They're going to ask these questions. You want to launch a YouTube channel, or you want to launch a Facebook page. There's all these things you have to fill in about me, our location. You got to import an image. You've got to do all these. You have to all these foundational pieces for your business. So let's start there. What would really be good if you can take your business is break it down into what you do, into some sort of mission statement, or at least some sort of elevator pitch. That when somebody asks you what you do, you can say what you do in a couple of minutes. Really, really quick, but really, really concise. So that's very, very important. So if you can have this elevator pitch, that elevator pitch / mission statement can kind of drive your decisions that you make going forward. So come up with that. You should also think about your target audience. Who are you serving and who are you speaking to? I had a friend of mine that I work with come to me the other day, and she has a startup, and she's doing a catering company. And I went to an event that she was catering. It was for a startup group, and she had great food. It was her and a partner. They've got their logo. They got their T-shirts. They're already selling. They're already doing gigs. And she said she needs some help with marketing. I said, who's your target audience? And she said, well, everybody that eats. And I pushed back on her and said, well, although everybody that eats may want to use catering, who do you actually sell to? Well, I sell to churches, and I sell to fraternities and sorority parties. And I said, well, there's your target audience. Also, do you do corporate events? Yes, I do corporate events. I said, well, maybe your target audience are executive assistants, because in most offices, if you have a lunch brought in for a team meeting, it's going to be the assistant that orders all that. So reach out to all those assistants in your area, right? So look at your bigger companies, find out who that assistant is that's going to be ordering lunch out for everybody. Get to know them, send them some samples, treat them well. That's your target audience. The rest will come, as they learn more about you, but that person's going to be making the orders every day. And that's just one example. So one reason that people ask, well, how do I find my target audience? If you're a current business, then you should look at your current customer base, right? So look around, see who you talk to, and try to put more, look at them in more of, hey, that's Bill, he always comes in here, but try to qualify that a little bit more to Bill's in his mid 40s probably. You could even ask them, for some feedback, but you can kind of, if you know your customers, you can kind of put together who your customer base is. If you have Facebook or you have a website, you can look at the analytics for Google Analytics, or you can look at the Facebook Insights, and they'll give you some demographics that, most people that come to your Facebook page are women over 40, or they're 50% men, 50% women. Most of them make this much income. This is all kind of information you can get if you already have a business. If you're a starting business, a new starting business, you don't have any customers, you really have to look at your business and make these customers who your perfect customer. Who do you think your perfect customer is? Now, it might not be always right. You might have to change that when you actually go live. But you pick that person, and you even do what's called a persona. And you can actually make up personas about different people you think. So for me, my persona here with solo marketing could be, my potential audience is somewhere between 25 and 45. They're either a new entry-level marketing manager or brand manager, or they could be in their 40s or early 50s, and they could be established mom and pop business, or they could be a brand new 50-year-old, quit his job after the pandemic, is trying to start a brand new business and is a startup. So those are kind of the people that I'm looking to hit, people that I can help answer these questions to. Everybody has to do marketing. So one good thing for me is I have a big target audience, because I've helped everybody, like I said, from boat manufacturers to carbon fiber bicycle manufacturers. We've done stuff for private jet aircraft. We've done hotels. We've done hospitality. Done a lot of work with higher education. Also done websites and marketing for medical clinics. So I have a lot of experience in these different areas. So I hope that I can help you succeed and find your goals, because I do think that one of the hardest things I ever did is run my own business. And sometimes it feels very, very lonely. But here at Solo Marketing, I just want to know, you may be solo marketing and a solo entrepreneur, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm going to be here, and pretty soon we're going to build a community of people to help each other and feed off each other and help you reach your success, help you reach your goals. And that is my hope for solo marketing as we go forward. Again, you can follow me at all the locations that I showed here. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can go to the website, brantcollins.com. Everything's going to be listed there, so that's probably the easiest way to get there. You can sign up for the email newsletter, or you can leave me a message and help you. Just let me know what you want to talk about, and I will help you succeed the best I can, and we will work on this together. Well, thank you very much. This is episode 1. I just kind of want to introduce myself, tell you what to be expected from these episodes going forward. If you like this, please subscribe whichever podcast app you're listening to. If you would please go over to YouTube and subscribe and hit the bell there. You'll know when I go live, and we'll do some live Q&A as we get more and more people in the audience. So I appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next episode, and be all that you can be out there, and keep working hard.